Right, so economic substance requirements are a new regulation that were passed by most economies following some international regulation on to avoid the use of offshore company to erode tax base and to basically minimize taxation. So basically, what happened is that offshore jurisdictions, so the most famous of them being Marshall Islands, Caymans, BVI, were required by the international community to minimize the risk of the use of entities registered in this location, and hence passed regulation requiring businesses to declare if they are tax resident in this jurisdiction, for example in Cayman Island or elsewhere. And if the company declared to be tax resident in the Cayman Islands, they need to demonstrate that they have economic substance in that country. Economic substance it doesn't really have a definition, but it will be usually that some business activities are taking place from the Cayman Island, for example. So that means usually that they will require the business to have local staff, local office, and local expenditure. So this depends on the jurisdiction. In some jurisdictions, it will be all. In others, it will be restricted to some business activities, which usually will include banking, insurance, logistic services, IP, holding companies, and sometimes trading companies. But it's mainly banking, finance, and holding activities. It's done annually. It's done annually. There's not a specific season for it. It's usually with the financial statements and all the returns that are filed on an annual basis. Well, you're at risk of being fined and reported to the tax authority. It depends. It depends on the country that we're talking about. It will go from a couple of hundreds USD to potentially much heavier fines. For example, if you're in banking and finance. And at some point, your business also, I guess, could be struck off, but it will be after repeated non-compliance. Well, usually companies that are not operating within the list of activities that are subject to economic substance requirements. So once again, it depends on the jurisdiction, but some trading companies, for example, will be exempted. If you want more information on economic substance in any jurisdictions, please contact ED Consultants at contact@edconsultants.com. Thank you very much, and please also like the video if you enjoyed it.